For many
Oh yeah,
people in a whole generation, Princess Diana is the epitome of the royal family. And there's this new exhibit coming to the Chicagoland area starting on December 2nd, all about Princess Diana and some of the behind the scenes photos that maybe we could not have seen in public that we're going to be able to see for the first time. Cliff Skeletor is the exhibition director and curator for this exhibit. So excited that this is coming to Oakbrook. Tell us a little bit about what we're going to see.
Rudy, I'm so pumped to be on this with you. This is going to be fun. Let me tell you a little bit about this project. I think people are going to love it. This is what we're calling a walkthrough documentary exhibit. I believe it's the first of its kind. Essentially, what makes it a walkthrough documentary is that you're being told a story, and the way the narrative is set up is through the voices of the longest living royal photographer today, Anwar Hussein. Anwar Hussein is in his 80s and has been a royal photographer from before Princess Diana was there and still to this day. And his sons in their 30s are also royal photographers. And they were basically raised alongside Will and Harry. So you've got these photographers that have this really intimate relationship with Princess Diana and her family telling you this story while you're experiencing these larger than life images. I'm telling you, like, 8 feet tall, 5 foot wide, different rooms, basically the way we set it up, like different episodes, like a Netflix series that you're just binging all in one go. And you're experiencing not only these giant images, these beautiful photographs that you've seen a lot of them before on the covers of magazines, on shows, and then some you haven't seen. But even the ones you have seen, they're paired with this narration that tells you a story that you may know about, may not know about, has extra wrinkles, has new revelations in it. It's unbelievably compelling, unbelievabably exciting. And I think they're going to have such a unique experience with this, Rudy.
So it's being broken down as far as, like you said, you're telling the stories as far as like her fabulous hats and tiaras, her humanitarian work, which she was definitely known for, her as a royal, and then Unguarded. Tell me a little bit about those, but then also about that one too. Were those just some, like, when she wasn't posing for the camera, some of those types of photos?
Yeah, there's so much to the story of Diana, right? I mean, there's reasons why people loved her, and I think people deeply recognized that this was a person that operated with integrity. And that's what Diana was. She was real, she was authentic, and she was one of those things where you almost can't judge a book by a cover at first, because you're thinking, she kind of comes into this picture as this young lady who's kind of like a deer in the headlights, like, whoa, what's going on here? And she figures things out in overdrive so fast. She figures out how to work the cameras, work her fashion, and to use her position to help others, right? To elevate others. And so, yeah, that room, Unguarded specifically, and I could tell you about all sorts of rooms. Unguarded's great because it is very candid. It is very real. There's a reason why they called her the People's Princess. She was very real. We look back on it now in 2021, and we've seen similar versions of that, but at the time it was so groundbreaking for her to step outside of the royal rules and to kind of operate in a way that she was comfortable with and just felt more relatable to the public.
I mean, I can't think of anybody else who you could also compare that comes to her. I mean, the fabulous, fairy tale wedding that she had, also at the beginning of the AIDS epidemic, she was holding children, shaking hands with people, which was just, you weren't seeing people do that, let alone somebody in power, raising a friendly, arm, to people, which is still such a powerful image right now. And you see her life raising kids, and her life after the royal family. I mean, there's just so much to her that I was like, there's not even anyone that you can say, oh my goodness, she's just like so-and-so. Like, there's nobody that compares to Princess Diana.
I can't disagree, Rudy. The more I learned about her, and it just seems like, for people that know me, or like they find like it seems like, I don't understand, like it seems like very different, this whole royal Princess Diana world to me, I guess. And I'm like, no, it is so connected to me. It's so connected to anybody for so many reasons. And you nailed a lot of them, her humanity, but she modernized motherhood. Right? People weren't seeing the type of mother she was in public often. And when you look at the photographs, it's a mother and her 2 sons. And in a way, she almost was like this icon for single mothers, even though she wasn't, technically a single mother. The way it seems, it feels that she was portrayed, I'm the son of a single mother, right? I have so much respect and admiration for single mothers, all parents, right? But she really modernized it, and she showed people that it was all right to really care for your children, as strange as that may sound, and to do things with them and to have fun with them and not to put on a face, just to be real and in the moment. And I think she gave those two boys such a great childhood because of that.
But speaking of William and Harry, do we get to see them in a lot of in the photos as well too, or is it strictly Princess Diana?
No, you get to see them, because what we ended up discovering throughout this process, and storytelling, that's what we are. We're narrators of a story here. And what we do is we use images, we use voices, we use sounds, we use colors, all of that stuff. And as we're telling this story, one of the things we see right away is this incredible symmetry in Princess Diana's life with her two sons, that Will and Harry and their children, and the way they operate in the world. And you're like, those boys are the sons of that wonderful woman, right? You see it. And we are able to portray that in the story and really share that with people. I think I'm really proud of the way we were able to kind of capture that. And even the women in their lives, Meg and Kate, and how you could tell they've been inspired by Princess Diana as well. It's I get goosebumps just talking about it, Rudy.
I mean, just even right now, I think that if William or Harry were to come to Chicago and I happened to meet them at a restaurant and I had one sentence to say to them, I would probably say something on how their mom was such an inspiration. I mean, I don't even think any other sentence would want to come out except for how amazing their mom was and what a great job she did with both of them.
Yeah, you almost want to congratulate them on their mother and what she was able to navigate through. And this is the thing that I think, what I really relate to, connect as a human, is imperfection. I think that we do live in a world now where perfection seems to be getting pushed down the throat of everybody, which makes us feel so not good enough. And that's not reality. We know that there's this plastic wrapping that's on everything that we see these days. Not everything, but a lot of things. And Princess Diana didn't seem to have that. She seemed to have this way of just being so incredibly real and raw. And that's what she was. Again, not a perfect human being, but a pretty spectacular one.
Cannot wait for this exhibit to come here. Cliff, thank you so much for your time today. December 2nd is when it starts. PrincessDianaExhibit.com is where you can go ahead and purchase those tickets.